Hey y'all, it's your girl Arisza, licensed clinical social worker, test prep guru, business coach, whatever you need me to be. I'm helping you level up. So if you're building a purpose-driven business and you're tired of guessing, welcome. I'm Arisza, LCSW supervisor, business coach. I'm here to help you grow, not only smarter, but doing it so you're not busier. I have grown 2 of my own businesses to a multi-6 figures in under a year. And now I coach other entrepreneurs and clinicians to do the same thing. And I'm helping them do this without losing their mind, without losing their margins, and without losing their weekends. Yes, your girl gotta have her weekends. I'm sorry. I'll be honest though, starting out, I didn't always have my weekends, but now that is a priority for me. If I choose to work the weekends, it is because it's something I wanna do, but something I necessarily don't have to do. I realized that too many entrepreneurs are hustling. They're working 60 plus hours a week and still not seeing the money they want. I've been there and I wanna share what actually works so you can build a 6-figure business without sacrificing your health, your family, and most importantly, your sanity. Yes. So I want to promise you some transformation. By the end of this video, you're going to walk away with 4 steps, or should I say a 4-step framework that you can use to scale past those 6 figures. And you can start applying it today. Yes, not next week, not next month, not next year. We're going to start doing the damn thing today. All right. So let's start out with step number 1. First and foremost, like anything, if we were building a house, what would we need to start out with? You're darn skippy. That foundation. The foundations within your business is your systems and your structure. So you want to start out with what type of business entity do you have? Is it going to be an LLC? Is it going to be an S Corp? What type of credibility are you going to need to get things going? Do you have to pay taxes? What type of protection? Of course you got to pay taxes, but what type of protection you're going to need, like malpractice, liability coverage, all that good stuff. Like you got to start out with the foundation of understanding what type of business you're going to have and what's going to be needed for the type of business you will indeed start. The second part is money management. This is just the basic rules. For me, I know that managing money and keeping up with receipts and knowing what I spend stuff here and spend stuff here is just not my strong suit. No, it's not. So I do have a bookkeeping company and accounting services that keeps track of what I should be paying quarterly, what I should be spending, on supplies and materials and stuff. What do I need to be saving? How much money or equity I have in my business? Like all of this stuff, I leave it up to the bigwigs, those who are specialized in that specific area. I stay in my lane, and whatever lane I need support in, I find somebody who specializes and does the darn thing in that lane. So right now, you want to also understand like separating accounts, a business account, a payroll account. You also want to set aside about 25 to 30% of everything you make for taxes. Now, if you have a really good accountant and a really good tax strategist or someone that helps you with that, you should not, so let me repeat, you should not be paying 25 to 30% on your taxes. Yes, but that takes you also having the appropriate people in place and the appropriate services in place to alleviate you having to do that. All right. And what I did early on in my business too, well, not quite. I wish I did it early in my business, was set up some type of automations. That part I didn't do, like, setting up a CRM, scheduling, doing invoicing, or having some invoicing tool. So that way you don't drown in all the admin work. Because I'll be honest, when I first started out, I was drowning with the admin work. I was working Saturdays, and normally it was to catch up from all the admin work that I had did Monday through Friday that I just didn't get around to. So these are the things that you want to be mindful of when you have a business. Sort of when you're first starting out, which probably a lot of you on this video that's watching me right now, you're probably in the beginning phases. So you're probably doing a little bit of everything. You're probably the one doing the bookkeeping. You're probably the one trying to manage and do the taxes, keep up with the payroll that only you getting paid or either taking draws from the business and all of that kind of stuff. You have to be mindful of what your skill set is. And when you can grow and move forward, ask yourself, what one task could I take off my plate or hire someone to do that's going to free me up so I could then spend more time and energy expanding my business? That is kind of what you need to ask yourself. Because when you think about it, for me, say in the second business I started where I do a lot of coaching, I just started hiring other coaches to the point where I've had tons, 40, 50 clients that all want to work with me individually, privately, and so forth. And it was the same thing I did with my private practice. And when I got to a certain point when I felt like I was tapping out, in the process, I was grooming people and seeing who would be a good fit to kind of come up under me and help in those areas that I felt really safe and secure with, that I felt knew what they were doing and I felt would represent me well. That is the thing that you want to try out early on. So while you're you're starting your business, just think about that person that you wouldn't mind bringing alongside you or mentoring or guiding so they can then take control and help you out in the areas that maybe you're going to need some relief in. For instance, for me, I do coaching sessions for my test prep program every Sunday. That's a lot. For the last few weeks, I've been traveling. I've been all over the place. You name it. I've been to Tennessee. I've been to Georgia. I've been to Kentucky, of course, Virginia, West Virginia, like all of this within a matter of a week. And then over a period of time, then I went to DC and now I'm headed to New York and I was just in Atlanta, like all these different places that I've been over the last month. I've had to kind of stay an extra day at the hotel or stay an extra day at the place I was so I can make sure that I stayed and I was available for these coaching calls that I do every week. And then I realized, I want to enjoy my life. I love doing what I do, but I also feel like I want to not burn myself out. I want to have options. So with that being said, I've been working really hard on finding a coach, finding someone that can step in and do the things that I've been doing that can help me succeed and do well and kind of step in the role in my absence, basically. So these are the things you want to think about early on in your business. Who could you get to replace you in certain aspects? And if you don't have it, that's why you got your girl. Yes, you can send me questions in the chat, like how do you find someone? How do you look for someone? When you're outsourcing, hiring, all that good stuff. I help all of that with people that I coach. I do have a program and a course that you can purchase and you can learn how to set up your LLC, how to get your business name, how to get your virtual office, how to do all the things, the basic things that we're talking about in this step one. And that is building your foundation and having everything set. Now let's move on to step two. Step two is marketing that actually works. I know all the hand moving, I'm a little extra, but I'm serious though. We got to market so we can get seen and we can get paid, because if people don't know you exist, how are you going to get the business? I know a lot of businesses out there that do really well. And if you were to Google them today, tomorrow, they could not be found. Why have a business if you can't be found? Why have a business if you don't have systems in place so people can find you? So step number two, marketing. You got to be able to figure out a way to market. If you want to market right now without running ads or without over exceeding yourself with a budget, pick one platform. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. All of those are different platforms where you can start marketing and getting the support and recognition out there as being somebody that's reputable, somebody that's trustworthy, and someone that's likable as it pertains to this profession. You want to make sure you're getting seen. If you try to dominate all these different platforms, you're going to struggle and you're probably not going to get anywhere. So pick one and become a master at it. For instance, YouTube. This channel right now that I'm doing this video on is very small, but it won't be small always. The reason it's small is because I haven't devoted all my time and energy into getting it to a certain place so I can level up and let people know that I'm out there and let the algorithm hit. That is something that takes a long, I'm taking a nap. That's how long it takes with YouTube. It's not an overnight thing. You can have that one video that goes viral, but you got to keep the momentum going. So you want to have slow and steady. That's how I look at it. Slow and steady wins the race. And that's kind of how I did my other channel. If you're curious to see how the other channel, I got about 100 videos up there, close to about over 4,000 subscribers over there. And it's not so much about it being a big channel. That channel produces outcomes. From that channel, I have a course. From that channel, I have a community. From that channel, I do boot camps. From that channel, I have private tutoring coaching. So it's like an engine for all the aspects of my business. And that is kind of how you want to show up. So if you choose to have a YouTube channel, Instagram channel, TikTok, or whatever it is, you don't have to be known to everybody. You just have to be known to the somebody that matters the most and the people who are looking for you. See, when it comes to my channel over there, people are looking for it. They're searching for it. This channel is kind of one of those things where you can search in Google and a lot of channels will pop up because I'm talking about business stuff. But the difference between me and other business channels is that I'm showing you the social proof. I'm walking you through the systems that I use to become successful. And I'm showing you that, look, it wasn't always easy, but this is what I did. This is what I did. I even have videos to show the proof, show how I started out making very minimal to multi figures. Yes, in both businesses. So I want you to take some time, kind of look through some of the other videos and you can see, because to me, social proof is where it's at. You got to have, like I like to say, proof is in the pudding. You got to be able to see it to believe it. And that's just how I am. There's a lot of people out there that are gurus and they talk really good about stuff, but you don't really see the truth, or you don't really know how they got there because they're skipping that step and just showing you where they are now, but not what they did to get there. So keep that in mind. Another thing is when it comes to building this content, you want to have authority. You want to be the person that is seen as authority when it comes to this content. Teach what you know. Don't chase any trends. Don't try to solve some real technical, difficult problems that is just going to be all complex and difficult for you to actually do, show up and teach what you know and what you're really good at. That is where you need to start at.
Amy is a small business owner juggling everything, from marketing to therapy to admin work. She's overwhelmed and struggles to grow her business while keeping up with client communication. Then she discovers Better Client Care, an all-in-one CRM that unifies her inbox, automates follow-ups, tracks leads, handles missed calls, and simplifies invoicing and reviews. With Better Client Care, Amy gets more clients, saves time, ranks higher on Google, and finally enjoys a dream vacation in Bora Bora.
Another thing is you want to have referrals and relationships. You want to build a network of about 3 to 5 strong partners of people who can refer to you. This often will help drive your first 50K or 100K because there are people who know you, they're going to talk about you. And like I said, proof sells. You want to share the wins, you want to share the proof. You want to show the testimonials, even the small ones, because social proof drives trust. So every time someone passes their exam under me, every time somebody tells me how my program or something was help them succeed and get to where they are, I either ask them to fill out a testimonial or I take a screenshot of the testimony they automatically sent to me. That is social proof, and that drives your reputation. That drives the ability for people to know who you are and what you're able to do and how great of a thing you're doing. All right. So a key point here is consistency. You don't have to have all the fancy ads because people buy from people they trust. That's just the bottom line. I have not ran any ads, and my business, the newer business that I've expanded upon or expanded on that's growing, is probably less than about 6 months old. And I've made more in the last 6 months growing that business that I had probably working full-time in my practice, paying myself a salary. That's just showing that when you dedicate yourself the time and energy, you get rewarded. You reap the rewards. All right. You also want to create scalable offers. You don't just want to trade time for money. That is a hard thing. And that's the one thing for those of you that watching this channel that are mental health practitioners, you might be trading your time for money. You might be seeing a client to get paid, seeing a client to get paid, seeing a client to get paid. And that is a great model. That is something that, makes sense and you'll make really good money doing it. A lot of coaches, because I've taken tons of coaching programs, I invest in my learning and my ability to show up for you guys now. You have no idea, but it has helped me become a better person in all aspects of my business. So for an example, a lot of coaches that I work with, they want you to do high ticket offers. So you pay people a few $1,000s and you work with them. And as a result, you have a lot of clients, maybe a handful of clients, but you're charging them thousands of dollars and you just continue to do that over a period of time. To me, I want to have a greater impact. So I believe in smaller amounts for a larger group of people. So that's just what I do. I don't believe in the high ticket. I believe in low tickets, such as digital products, guides, mini courses, things like that, where people are able to invest in, get it, and get the support they need. Some coaching groups, workshops, boot camps, those kind of things. Something that's mid-range, something that's affordable, and something that's able to help get results really quickly, because then you're able to continue to scale and people see that. Are high ticket items good? Absolutely. Doing one-to-one coaching, do it for you services, helping set people up and do those things can be very, very lucrative. But you have to understand that you're going to be trading a lot of your time for money. So I just choose to do small ticket items with many, but it's advantageous to do it the other way as well. So you just got to kind of tap in and figure out what's going to be a specialty. What is it you're going to be doing? What is it you like? And then we can go from there and decide what's going to be best for you. And then you want to stack your offers smartly. Like if you do one thing, like I would start out with ebooks. So I would start out with the lead magnet, which is getting people, drawing them to my channel. I would say, hey, thanks for joining my channel. Send me an email or comment and I'll send you a free test prep guide, or I'll send you 10 free questions. When people are trying to study and do that, they're willing to invest a little or invest nothing so they can get what they want. So when I reel them in and show them what I'm offering, they're like, oh my God, like I want more of you. And that is pretty much another method that you can utilize to get people there. You're not conning them. You're really showing them how good you are and the benefits of working with you. It's kind of like giving people a sneak peek or giving people a trial of you before they decide whether they want to fully invest. And that is kind of what my YouTube channel does and my low to mid ticket offers. Another thing is you don't want to just rely on one thing. A business with only one-to-one clients is kind of fragile because if you don't have any clients, then what are you going to do? The key here is scalability. You want to have a business where you can make money even when you're not on the Zoom calls. So if someone purchases an ebook or course or something else from me, I'm still having some type of money or revenue being generated, even though I'm not physically trading in my time with that individual. So keep that in mind. Appreciate you guys for rocking out with me. Some of you have been probably like, oh my God, my attention span is... Look, I'm telling you, if you want to be successful in your business, and if you feel 10, 15 minutes in investing and listening and learning something is too long, you're not ready for the long game. I'm just being real with you. Definitely being real with you, because this is not for the faint at heart. This is for somebody that's willing to work hard, someone's willing to put in the work, someone's willing to learn and humble themselves and realize that, hey, I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn. Those are the type of people that do really, 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 really well in business. So please keep that in mind and understand. Scalability happens in the business when you devote the time and energy and figure out which it is you want to scale. All right? So last but not least is step number 4. Protect your energy. No burnout allowed, baby. No burnout allowed over here. So when it comes to time blocking, set office hours. Even as an entrepreneur, set office hours. Like I have hours that I do administrative work. I have hours that I do clinical work. I have hours that I work on one business, and I have hours that I work on another. I don't want to burn myself out. I'm here for the long game. And you guys, I got to be here to help you out. You know what I mean? So I can't be burning myself out. I got to be realistic about this thing and make sure that I'm doing something that I can maintain and keep that momentum going. So make sure you block out time so you can get the things done and delegate early. Yes. Hire a VA. I'm telling you, hiring a VA has probably been one of the best decisions I've made. I actually have 2 of them, 2 VAs. Yes. And both of them working me 40 hours a week. There's no way I can get the stuff I can get done if I didn't have that. So I'm just letting you know there's ways around it. Don't have to do everything. And we'll talk about that. You join my coaching program of, hey, if you're like, look, I would love to be in a community with you to learn and pick your brain and get more ideas and suggestions, maybe pay a low ticket fee just to join a community of just bright entrepreneurs that are trying to elevate, and you can tap into the resources and things that I've used, hit me in the comment section and say, look, I'm ready to level up. Level up. Yes. And then also you want to have that CEO mindset. Ask, is this a task that's making me money, or is it freeing me up to make money? If not, you need to outsource it or eliminate it altogether. That's just having a CEO mindset. A business that makes money but costs your health and your family, it isn't successful. That's just a new model version of slavery. And I'm just being real with you. So I encourage you to start small, pick one system, one marketing channel, and one scalable offer to work on this week. Then come back and tap in with your girl next week and tell me what it is you decided to do, how I can help you get there. Don't forget to hit subscribe, check out my free resources, my coaching community, all that good stuff is in the links in the bio. And if you want to see a part 2 and want me to dig a little bit deeper in any of these topics, let your girl know. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I appreciate you hanging out with me for the last 18 minutes. Yeah. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Be blessed and make sure you have an amazing day, and do so intentionally, or like I normally say, on purpose.